So there's a lot of LEGO Star Wars figures, and I mean a ton of them. So I thought it'd be a fun idea, especially with the quality LEGO is putting out today, to go over the top 10 worst LEGO Star Wars minifigures. Now there is a bit of a criteria for this video, and it's going to be dependent on the year. So figures like, let's say, the classic Jar Jar Binks or the classic R2-D2, which are outdated by now standards, back then they were very good for their time, so just keep that in mind in this ranking.
Can you speak Bocce?
Oh, I speak Bocce. Yes, motherfucker, I speak.
So, in a world where LEGO likes to make white characters a darker skin tone so they can preach, look how inclusive and diverse we are by our racially diverse products, they actually did whitewash a character that was supposed to be black. Well, they silverwashed him. Presenting from the new UCS Death Star, 5D6RA7. This character was featured in A New Hope for only a split second, but it's obvious to anyone with a seeing eye that he is black. Even in the 2016 Death Star, the figure was made black. Another problem is LEGO loves to preach consistency. But when that consistency may cost them an extra penny, that mindset vanishes. In this new UCS Death Star, where we see 5D6, we also see C-3PO in this set sporting arm print. So you'd think, as they're the same type of droid, they'd want to keep consistent and also print 5D6's arms, right? Wrong! The consistency excuse LEGO throws around is nothing but a fucking lie.
Oh boy.
I'm not part of the family? No!
The UCS Jango Fett Slave 1 is pretty much a perfect set, with only one blemish, which is the young Boba Fett minifigure. With a lack of shoe printing and the hairpiece that makes absolutely no sense, you're just left with a figure that's more confusing than anything.
I'm just saying he's human garbage, that's it.
Handily, it's very easy to modify this figure to make it look somewhat presentable. There's also a couple of problems with the print, being wrong colors and kind of an ugly looking belt design. Yet, there's not really much to say about this minifigure. A very underwhelming figure, a very unimportant figure, but you still wish they'd get it right.
Skin didn't char. Still really hurt.
Probably one of the most exciting figures for 2025, Commander Blye. Unfortunately, he was doomed ever since they stopped doing commas for the clones. This figure is a printing and accessory disaster. First, we have no waist cape and that shitty little printed one. No arm print, his cheeks should be yellow, I don't know why they're grey. The print on the bottom of the helmet looks unfinished, they probably should have just dual molded it yellow. The brown stripe on his face is supposed to be straight and a lot thinner, and his face print should have yellow tattoos. Thus, this figure released in a $160 set and looks like this. How embarrassing!
How embarrassing.
I'm gay.
You know who always used to be a cool minifigure? Darth Maul. The classic versions of him just had such a menacing and dominant look to them. But this new version of Maul, I mean, I'm sure everyone can see the issue here. Firstly, the row printing looks very messy. I mean, take a look at the older version with the more identifiable Sith robes. Really does pale in comparison if you ask me. And the real smoking gun here is the lack of pupils. I swear to Allah, I don't think anyone actually knows why they did this. Officially, they did state something about consistency, but if you ask me, I think they just got way too carried away with over-stylizing.
So what LEGO has done here is actually make the Darth Maul fit the LEGO style, the global LEGO style, much, 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 much better.
Well, Jan did explain that all quite well. Regardless, it does look abysmal in comparison to the originals. Oh my god! This must be the most obscure character in the Star Wars franchise to get a minifigure. More obscure than Common Trebor, more obscure than New Gunray, Vazam, Cutie Katie, Tarples, 88. Wait. Albido! Now I'm gonna have to show you who this character is in the movie, because this figure doesn't even look close to it. I think we can all agree that this is a horrific display of mutilated pieces that have been cobbled together to form the freak accident that LEGO is calling Albido. Despite the fact that he has no redeeming qualities and is completely wrong, in every way, even wearing a little helmet which he would usually be incapable of wearing. For $19.99, it's at least an attempt.
Get off that track!
So for this next figure, I've already given my opinion on him, and I think I delivered it perfectly back then, so I'm just going to replay the clip for you. R3-T6. Unfortunately, this character is only seen from behind in one shot in the entire film, so hopefully they got the printing on the back right, surely. Oh, you've got to be fucking joking me! Goddamn motherfucker! Droids! Yeah, so it's pretty bad. Can't believe it, they did the front of him, which isn't even canonical, by the way. You never see it, but they didn't do the back. The only part you saw of him, the interesting red panel design, they didn't bother doing it. Again, keep in mind that this figure's budget was $1,000, and R2-D2 got a back print. Remember what LEGO says about consistency? They like keeping shit consistent. Why the fuck does he not have the consistent back printing just like R2? Sorry, it's that much of a problem. He had to make it on this list.
Oh my god, Ben is such a narcissist.
Staying on the droid subject, let's take a jab at the official Gonky that LEGO made. Unfortunately, LEGO Gonk droids for some reason stopped getting printing, which is absolutely scandalous. 2003, 2005, 2014, we were getting quality Gonk droid prints, but since they like to choose profits over making their products good in this new era, we get shit like this. Also, he's not even close to being the right color.
But no detail is left unturned. Every little garment and weapon and accessory is has to be perfect.
Yeah, fuck off.
I eat like 5 burgers a day and 4 tubs of ice cream. Don't ask how I afford it.
Another clone showing up here. I did try to limit my clone selection since I didn't want to repeat myself too much. But this Commander Fox is just so shit. Wrong colored knees, blatantly incorrect chest piece. Like, hang on a second here. You're telling me someone was paid to cross-reference this and design this, and they still got that wrong? You're telling me dozens of people approved of this? No arm print, $130 set, by the way. No waist cape. Poorly printed white details on helmet, just your standard shitty unloved modern day clone trooper. Oh dear. This spot will be for R5A2, R5D4, and the other unnamed R5 droids. This spot is more of a general problem that no one has noticed. Going back to 2012, R5 unit astromech droids would have the full 360 head print and top print on the dome. However, in 2018, with the introduction of R5A2, LEGO decided to remove the panel printing at the top and the printing on the side of the droid's head. This is actually ridiculous! How the fuck have we lost 45% of the printing on these droids? And how on earth has no one noticed? They were literally doing it for 6 years! Why stop? LEGO is full of fucking cunts. Dogs got fat and ran away. So now we reach the #1 spot. And to me, this has to be the most outrageous figure ever to me. So bad, in fact, that I lost it the day I got it because it had no fucking value to me. And that figure is the new Bib Fortuna. Now, let me just side by side here with the old versions and the movie. Why the fuck does the 2003 version look better? All they had to do was give him the correct headpiece, but they got lazy and cheap and recycled the one from the Palace set where he is fat. The UCS Sailbarge was probably the most hyped set ever for me personally, and seeing how shit this figure was incredibly disheartening. Not to mention the eyes look shit and he doesn't even have the black cape anymore. So, downgrade your Bib Fortuna today for the small price of $500. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you know of any other characters that deserve to be on this list, suggest them in the comments below. And please spread the word about the R5 head print because we need to get that shit back. That's more outrageous than the helmet holes. We deserve 45% print back of our R5 droids.